I'm early. I figure I'd check in early and give everybody time to get in and ask some questions if needed. Oh, I've been looking for this. Peace, peace, peace. Hi. Peace, 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 peace as y'all come in. I'm early. I just wanted to get in so I could give y'all opportunities to ask me questions before I get started on my topic. Peace, peace, blessings. Hi, Gigi. Peace, beloved. I miss y'all so much. Peace, peace, peace. So, I don't know how. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. If y'all got some questions y'all want to ask me while I am logging into my stuff. My computer been acting real crazy lately. Been real crazy. Peace. I know. We got to come up. We got to do a lunch or something, Gigi. We got to do something. All is amazing. All is well. All is well. I've been doing some healing. Swore I was getting ready to not be on here, but when I'm not doing any pulling today, so I hate to break y'all hearts. No, I'm not doing no pulling. I'm in self-love mode right now for the next few days. Outside of my appointments that are booked. But you're welcome to inbox me and do a book an appointment. I don't think I have any appointments left this week, but I do have like some starting next week. Unless you're in Charlotte, I am going to go into the shop for a few hours. I feel a lot more refreshed. I've been kind of resting and staying low, not overexerting. I figured out stuff. Okay, so this is the thing. Iron is low. And I thought about it because I have issues with my iron because of other dynamics. This is why I think it's so important for y'all to know who y'all are. Yeah, self-love is important. Oh, you asking a personal question. I'm not telling you what. I'm not going to tell you what my universal number is. Do you want to know how to figure it out? I mean, you need to study numerology and how to break down not only your name, the time that you came in. There's a lot of different ways that you can break down that actual core number. Peace, 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 peace. Okay, Steph. So I was like trying to like look at certain stuff, and I was like, dang, it's like my energy is like crazy. I'm never like this, like drained. And I've thought about it, especially because I've been operating in a certain space. The things that were coming together because I was super tired. I've been super cold. I'm normally like wrapped up, y'all. I normally be happy walking around with a sweatshirt and a blanket. With the heater on, with the space heater on, so I don't burn everybody else up. So I was like, because I'm so caught up in everybody else's world and doing everything for everybody else, I wasn't paying attention that my iron is low. My iron levels were low. So that's why I'm staying low right now. I'm not going to exert myself in any spiritual aspect. And I say that lightly because I always tell people I walk in spirit. So, but doing extra, going overboard, pulling from energy that I don't need to pull from right now. So I wanted to talk about healing, this healing journey. And the reason that I was thinking about that was because of even my own story. So y'all know I always personalize things. So for me, I paid attention to, choices and track records and things that I went through throughout my journey. This is why when I might suggest certain things or when I'm giving certain information, I'm always coming from a space of being genuine because I've been there before. I've done it. I done made all the crazy choices. Not all of them, but yeah, a good bulk of them. I done made them. I've done a lot of things, but I was definitely in a space where I wasn't in a healed space. I knew a lot of information. I was able to tap into my higher self from so many different levels. But because I wasn't operating from a healed perspective, sorry, my stuff over here doing all kind of pop-ups. I wasn't dealing from a healed perspective. I wasn't truly doing the healing work and the work that was needed. Because I've been, like I said, I've been operating with information for a very long time. I always knew I was different. I was the only child, so that made me embrace certain aspects about myself anyway. Yes, I started like boosting up on my turmeric, but I haven't did the tea, so I might need to look into that stuff. So when when you are in this journey and y'all are like navigating, you're getting into all of this stuff. So the reason that this was brought up to me was because I always get people that ask questions about how should they start, things that they should look for, information that they should be reading, what should you be doing. And I always tell y'all to start with self. And the reason is because you have to know what these challenges are for you. So like getting your natal chart. What is your karmic debt? What is your Chiron? Where do you have Pluto placed? Is it in a good position or is it in a bad position? Even, deeper than that. Sometimes if you're at a certain age, you already know you got some craziness. You already know what the craziness is. So are you dealing with that craziness? Are you really taking your time to heal that energy? Are you just trying to light a candle for it? Are you just trying to do a spell for it? Are you looking for somebody else to break that spell? Yes, that natal chart, I promise y'all, man, I'm telling you, it is so thorough. It is one of the most, intricate part through this journey. And, in my class, I definitely am really stressing the aspect of them understanding why they are pulling their charts, but not also, knowing how to utilize the energy in their chart to manifest the way that they need to manifest, or to tap into source the way they need to tap in. So for y'all, it's like, look, pay attention to this healing journey. Understand why it's here, why you've evolved and gravitated to certain information. Why are you in the space that you are in? What is it there for? That way you can navigate differently. So important for y'all to navigate differently. Like I say this so much, and it's not just like, let's say you can operate with the open third eye. You can operate in 5D consciousness, but if you are not healed, you're gonna still make some 2D decisions. Peace. You still gonna make some 2D choices. So the goal is to make sure that you are operating not only in 5D consciousness, not only in a higher level consciousness, but also making sure that you are doing the things, doing the work. Sometimes we want to get all this information and flex the information, but you're not applying it to your life. And I'm saying this from somebody that, has done it. Is there a certain site for astrology.com, astro.com? Listen, when I tell y'all, like, my dysfunction popped up in the craziest time of my life. Like, from the outside perspective, everything was popping. Like, I'm working for different celebrities. They're going, I got my own storefront. I had so much going on from the perspective, from the outside looking in. Okay? Everybody was looking like, dang. Haters and all, had them all. But there was a point in that particular movement, the universe gonna do what it's supposed to do. That God energy in you is going to do what it's supposed to do. So if you are not completely in alignment, it's going to bring up the root. And exactly when I was like going through certain things, manifesting a certain way, all of a sudden this thing popped up that I hadn't healed from. This energy popped up, and I had to take time to heal from that. Because it created so much chaos and confusion in my life at that moment. I had to stop and say, oh, wait a minute, let me deal with this. So it was like when I realized that I had to deal with it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought I dealt with that. Thought I dealt with that when I was like 18. No, I ain't dealt with it. And when I started doing the research to understand how does it re-show in your life, then I started paying attention to my patterns. Them habits, and them cycles. It's like you might be dismissing them as something small, but it was repeating in my relationships. And I was picking the same type of men. Picking the same type of situations. Repeating the same lesson every time. So when you repeating that lesson and you still not getting it, there's a moment that something got to click. I always tell people, I was hard-headed. Or what's my thing that I always tell? Not just hard-headed, but spiritually slow. I was a little on the slow side. Because I was that scientist in my chart made me want to experiment. It's like you telling me that the stove hot, but I'm like, I think if I touch it from the side, I ain't gonna get burned. A burn is a burn. So now, even though that I have evolved into the person that I'm in, the space, the energy, the love that I'm in now, I'm still dealing with the residue of choices that were made when I was in that energy. So that's why I want people to get to a space where y'all are healing different. You are in a space where you are making choices that are going to serve your highest self even when you are older. Or that can carry on from this cycle into your next life. Because you get it differently. Like, yeah, we can pull 100 cards, for real. We can stay pulling cards, stay doing readings, getting directions. We can stay burning these candles. We can stay, creating some herbal something, remedy, jar, whatever. Casting spells, doing all of this shit. But at the end of the day, if you are not healed, it don't mean nothing. Because you making the same mistakes. You moving the same way. You just moving in a different circle. Yes, you got to keep repeating that lesson until you learn it. And you see it when it's coming. Sis, let me tell you, I be seeing it when it's coming. It be the same dynamic. They be like, okay, well that test didn't work. Let me see if you pass this test. Let me present it a different way. Let me present it in the package that you asking for, but just different. It's something still slightly different, but it's the same. It's the same but different, and it really do. Those are the tests. Those are those tests to see, did you really learn it? Because then when they keep testing, because that means you still on the fence. Your energy's still on the fence. When it's still popping up in your life, those lessons still popping up, the same lesson in particular, when they keep popping up, it's like, well, did you really deal with it? You sure? That's why I'm like, shoot, I'm still burning. I will stay doing work and making sure that I meditate in energy to make sure that I consistently release. Anytime something comes up that I feel like it's a trigger, that's my time. Yes, honey, need the t-shirt. You gotta get in that space where you are cutting it off. And the reason it's so important is because, like I said, this year is about self-mastery. It's about being still. It's about being selfish. Yes, insanity. Keep doing the same shit thinking it's gonna change. No, I'm pretty sure it's not. It's gonna teach you the same damn lesson. It's gonna attack you the same way. So this healing journey is truly more so about It's not about how powerful you can get, how many deities you can get in contact with, how many energies you're dealing with, how spiritual you may seem to be, how intuitive you may seem to be. Shit, I've been intuitive my whole life. But guess what? I still was making dumbass decisions that created a dynamic where when it was coming to light, it was like, oh, for real? We dealing with this now? And what you don't want to do is get in a space of when you have, like, you worked on this career aspect, and then you at the top of your career, or you are working in your love aspect, and you happy and married and whatever. And these things pop up out the closet. Them skeletons start falling out. The luggage, that's what I like to call them. The luggage start falling out the closet because you can't pack no more boxes and suitcases in there. Those are those moments. It's like, oh, I ain't really dealt with that. Take time to do the inventory. That's why I've been like really hard on this month and this energy saying, take time to do the inventory. Do the self-check. What do I need to resolve? What do I need to release? What do I need to work on throughout the year? Why is it there? Understanding why is it there. So, being in a space where you truly take the time to not only understand who you are, what are you supposed to be doing, how you are supposed to be moving, getting this understanding of why this dynamic is the way it is, why your purpose is what it is, why are you drawn to certain things, how can you really resolve all of it, how can you let go, stop dealing in energy that is not serving you, because it's about your healing. I don't care what you do. I don't care what title you put on it. If you are not truly working on your own self-healing, it's just another title. It's just another label. It's just another dynamic or information book or whatever to add to your bookshelf. It don't matter. Do the work. Really, really, really do the work. When you are getting these tools and you got people like me and whoever that's giving y'all this information, take the time to do the work, do the research, figure out, break it down. I'm like a diehard fan of these natal charts because I've seen it and how it manifested in my life. I understand it. I understand how to use it. And that's the whole key. Using these tools. They're there for a reason. We are connected to everything for a reason. So for you to be ignorant to the fact and just be like, oh, that's too much, or, oh, I'm just being lazy. No, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. If you can take this year to really get into your self-mastery, to really get into your own self-love, it's so important. And I stress it because I promise, I wish somebody would have been telling me that at like 18. I wish somebody would have been taking my hand like, come on, baby, I'm about to show you how to master this dynamic so you really can manifest and utilize the gifts you already have. Because we naturally have the gifts that we have. If you go back and look at my YouTube, I said, I want to say it was 1 for, hold on, let me see if I got my notes. Yes, go back to my YouTube. It was 1 for, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. 1, 4, 7, and 10. That's the foundation for your chart. It's the strongest houses. It's going to tell you a lot about who you are, how you see family, how you see relationships, how your relationships, as far as intimate relationships, manifest in your life and career energy. And the things that are bringing power in that particular dynamic. Yes, reading is fundamental, honey. This self-mastery is fundamental. Y'all better get on it. Like, for real. I wish, that's the one thing I keep saying, and that's why I'm so obedient to what my highest self, like I might be tired sometime, but I still am going to try to come on here just to share any information or insight, because I had one of those aha moments over this, like all weekend, everything, because I've been helping everybody navigate through this Capricorn energy, this new moon energy, and really hadn't taken the time to really do the due diligence that I needed to do for myself. And when I got into, like, I was paying attention. That's the difference of operating in a certain consciousness. It's like I'm paying attention to how things was manifesting in my life from just trying me on different aspects. And I was just like, oh, okay. That was a test. That's a test. This is to teach me something. What is it teaching me? How am I resolving that energy? Oh, that's something I'm obviously still holding on to. You see what I'm saying? So when I did take the time to really like look into stuff, I was like, oh, this about to be an interesting month for me. Not just for everybody else, and not in a bad way, because it's the one thing that I always focus on, that balance. Everything in my whole universe is going to be about balance. How am I nurturing others as well as nurturing myself? How am I nurturing, my little ones as well as nurturing myself? How am I sharing my gift as well as utilizing my gift, walking in my gift? So, and being patient through the process with myself and with the things that I'm asking to come into my life. And being okay with that. Like I think walk in gratitude. Like I'm so, and I say this on my other page all the time, like I'm so grateful for my journey. I'm so grateful to have experienced the things that I've experienced, the good and the bad, and understanding what they were there for. And that's the space you got to operate in too. It's like understanding the good and the bad, understanding what they came into your life for, understanding why they are present, why they are continuing to come into your life so you can correct it. Get that split ends. You need to get that chart done. And you probably know what because your creative energy, obviously, if you got a hair salon, that creative energy is, you just got to figure out how to balance it all. How are you balancing it all? How does it play a part of what your actual direct purpose is? How is that gift that you are using, creating the platform? Astrology.com or astro.com. Yes, living in gratefulness and living in love. That's a beautiful space to be. Astrology.com. Astrology.com. Look up natal charts or birth charts. And that's kind of why I'm here. Like, the reason, even with this healing, I labeled it the healing journey. The reason that I even wanted to talk about this in particular, because I always get people who ask me, why do I do what I do? How did I get here? What made me, come to this point? And it was watching my own growth and my own sabotage. That's what helped me. And then seeing it manifest. I tell y'all all the time, from my other business, I've worked with like women who like make millions of dollars. And seeing that the same element, the same dysfunction existed in them, the same way with my women that was at the nonprofit shelter. Same element. Same issues. Same insecurities. Same, dysfunction. And it all stems from, we are not understanding what it means to operate in self-love. We don't get it. We like the word. We like to post up the cute little memes. We like to, pretend like we operating in that space. You can't be. Can't be. You operating in that space, you making the right decisions. You in tune with your touch. You in tune with yourself. You in tune with your higher self. You in tune with your breath. You ain't making decisions that are just crazy. Out here just wilding for no reason. Because you know that operating in that space of dysfunction, chaos, confusion, whatever the case may be, is not serving you. So does that mean that I'm operating love? And I would say, even for mothers or fathers, think about like how you love your children, especially when your baby come in the world. You ain't letting nobody do nothing. Like, nah, you ain't getting ready to breathe in my... Oh, you sick? I'm going to need you to wait. I need you to wait until you get better before you come around my baby. So that same unconditional love that we have for our babies is like the same thing that we need to have for ourselves. That protection, that understanding, that compassion, that no nonsense. Like, that's like you giving your baby, you know, fruit juice every day of their life instead of giving them breast milk, or for the ones that do Similac, whatever. But it's the same concept. You're not going to do that. So that's the same thing that you got to look at when it comes to ourselves. Would you really like... It's like me saying, hey, here goes some cyanide. I'm going to need you to drink. I'm going to need you to sip on that every day. Would you do it? No, we're not doing it. So you have to look at it the same way. Like, it's easy, but it's hard. It's easy because you operate and then you really, like I said, the same way. It's second nature for us to do it for our children. It's second nature for if you taking care of a parent, you taking care of a pet. We're not going to do stuff that's just destructive to that because we say that we love or care about that particular dynamic. You have to like know that that dynamic is you too. But the hard part is that we live in a world that's full of distractions. When you decided to come to this 3D, now we are in 5D for real. Y'all have to research on that. But when you decided to come to this physical plane, you decided knowing that there were going to be challenges. This is why this is a time, this particular journey is about self-mastery. How you came back into the planet to accomplish a certain dynamic that you needed to strengthen in order for you to operate in other dimensions a certain way. That's a whole nother live. I ain't even gonna get into all of that. But the whole key is making sure that now that we're here, how are we mastering self? How are we consistently showing acts of self-love? So when these things that are trying to distract us and come in play, we tunnel vision. We're like, I don't even see that. Y'all tripping. Guards, we're not doing it. Not. I can't. So that's how you should be operating, like at all times. Yes, for women, men too, like, oh, he smell good or she smell good, she look good, she soft, you know, he fine, he's smart. Girl, we had a whole conversation about consciousness. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is for you. They good to look at. Yeah, but what's gonna be the sacrifice? What is gonna be the thing that, you know, are you willing to sacrifice? Listen, are you willing? Off with their head. It really got to be dead serious this year. Off with their head, for real. Not. Can't do it. Anybody who is infringing on your happiness, you can't do it. We ain't got time. We ain't got time. So, as hard as it may seem, create symbolism that's around you at all time. I think I told a sister today to get, like, let's pretend that this is a crystal or whatever. Something that's symbolic to you. To remind you to stay in your higher self. To remind you, like, when you feeling like something testing you, this need to be in your pocket or something so you can pull it out and be like, okay. This tested me, so I know I need to operate in my higher self. And let me make the right choice. Let me stay in tune. Let me hear what that right choice is. Because the stuff that y'all are allowing to challenge you, it ain't even a challenge. It's not even an issue. It's irrelevant. I wear my certain days I wear certain stuff more so than other, but I always have on my copper. But I wear my rose quartz and my turquoise when I really like, those are two of my strongest things. Yes, a Carolina, just in case. Yeah, for the moments. Sometimes you need something to be symbolic to bring you back in. To remind you like, oh, wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, I was just getting, y'all almost got me. You almost, it's like the commercial. Peace, peace. It's like, you got to be quicker than that. You almost got me, though. So, think about that. Like, when you are navigating this journey, navigating this path, make sure that you are always asking yourself, is this serving my highest self? Is this in alignment with the life that I'm creating? I am creating. I'm in God energy. I'm in Goddess energy. I'm connected to source. So is this in alignment? For real? Is this argument that I'm about to get into in alignment? Is this person challenging my throat chakra? I had a couple of them moments today. It was like, this person that's challenging my throat chakra, are they in alignment? Is that energy, not even the person, but that energy that I'm getting ready to invest in this, is that in alignment with where I'm going? I promise you it'll simplify a whole lot of shit. It'll put y'all in the space where you be like, I'm going to just be quiet. Let me go meditate. Let me recover quick. Right. I don't know. Am I frozen? Or is it just frozen for you? Am I frozen, y'all? Steph, you silly. I swear I love my collective, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I had one of the sisters in the class send me man, listen. I had them to send me some makeup, and she sent me like facial stuff and all kind of amazing products just to take care of me. Okay, good. Steph and other sisters, they always is texting me to make sure I'm taking care of myself, making sure I'm doing my due diligence, and that's needed sometimes because we are always operating in a space of taking care of everyone else, and sometimes we are not in that routine ourselves. We slip because you be trying to save the world. Gotta remember, I can't save the world if I ain't taking care of myself. I need everybody to be on that. Like, take care of yourself first. Do that energy and that love on yourself first. But yeah, that's the biggest key, y'all. While you're on this journey, just really, even if it's a piece of paper, even if it's a note card or a business card that you got in your pocket or in your purse or whatever, something that you can always keep on your person. Symbolism is so, so important. Symbolism is so important. I can't even I want to say that like 10 times. Please understand that symbolism is important because you need to create a certain energy. You need to have that around you all times, because just as hard as they going with these distractions through your timeline, through the commercials, through TV, radio, whatever, through the energy they putting in your kids, all different dynamics at your jobs, there's 1,000,001 distractions. 1,000,001, I promise. But you don't want to do one to keep you on track. You got to go just as hard as they going. You got to go just as hard as they going. They going hard. They going hard in the paint. They got an agenda. And when I say they, that is the shadow side of us. That's how I look at it. Because we're all interconnected. You can't have light without darkness. You can't. So it's there for a reason. It's there to challenge us. It don't necessarily mean that it's evil. It just means that it's there to create lessons, to create tests, to move you closer to who you are. Are you truly ready for that? Are you truly in alignment? Are you truly like connected to who you say you are? Do you really want to be? Yes, those reflections. So being in a space where you're like, how important is this? I had a conversation, and I'm like, people that don't know me from the other side, like, if you know me, like, I always been like a go-getter. I always been about my coins. I always been about, I'm driven, like, have 6, 7 businesses be going on at the same damn time. I always been in that energy. But there was a point where I realized it was a distraction. And it was a distraction from my highest self. It was a distraction to keep me off course. Not knocking it, because you have to operate in your gift. There's a fulfillment that you're going to get, and there's a platform that you're able to create by operating in your gift, whatever that is. If you like the dope hairstylist, makeup artist, whatever, life coach, that's your gift. So you're creating a platform to maneuver, to provide the needs in order for you to maneuver through this journey. I get that part, but don't get distracted. Don't let them sell you their dreams, because that's what it is. They making consumers out of everybody, and you getting caught up in, oh, I need the latest phone. I need the latest, you just bought a notebook, and I'm just using this as an example. You just bought a notebook, but because they got this new notebook, they got like digital pages, and now you ain't got to do, you could just speak to the book and it just write out what you want. Now you need that notebook. Now this one is obsolete. And you just got this. It's really that simple. They telling you like, oh, like this, this pen nice. And this pen do what it's supposed to do. It writes, right? That's what it does its function. But it's not like this 2.0 pen. You know what I'm saying? So they will sell you on the distraction. They're selling y'all on a distraction. So you don't have time to connect to your higher self because you caught up in a distraction. You so caught up in, I need to have the latest car. I need to have the latest, technology. I need to have this particular house. I need to have whatever. I want to go. Ooh, everybody traveling right now. Now, traveling is an amazing thing, and it is something amazing that you are going to grasp out of that. But they selling you on certain stuff for a reason, because it's boosting that economy. It's boosting the money flow that they need in order to keep certain things moving. It's a balance. I get it. When I'm dealing with my other business, it's a market. It's marketing. It's balance. You're supposed to do, I need to sell a product to you. That's why even for like what I do on this, my marketing side is very strong. So it naturally is going to take over. But at the same time, my whole thing is I'm not trying to sell y'all on nothing. I don't need to sell you on anything. What I do want to do is make sure that I'm selling you on yourself. My whole goal is to sell you on yourself. Sell you on your own ability. Sell you on your own power. I don't need nobody to be dependent on me. Because I might decide and wake up in 6 months and be like, I don't want to do this no more. Right. Yes, keeping you enslaved to debt. Yes. Stop even getting in that space of what you think it's going to take for you to be free. Because your whole goal is to be liberated and to be free. Think about it. Our whole goal is to live the lifestyle that we want to live. Most people is like, I want to live the lifestyle. that I want to live, but don't really have a figure in our head on what does that require. 9 times out of 10, it requires a whole lot less money than you think it do. They sell you on being in these big cities where the energy just in the city by itself, it is a distraction, because you are living next to people who are worrying and stressing and operating in anxiety. You are going to jobs where people are not happy and they are complacent, and you build it into somebody's dreams. Not to say that that's a problem, because if that's what you need to do, do it. Because I don't want y'all texting and inboxing me talking about you done got kicked out your house. Can you come stay with me? Nope. Nope. Not yet. One day. But understand, like, those are tools. You work at these 9 to 5, it's a tool. It's a tool to provide you the opportunity to tap into yourself. For you to figure out what it is that you're supposed to be connected in yourself. So, yeah, like, you got to figure out, while we're on this path, while we're on this journey, what is truly important. What's truly important? Because every year it's going to be a new phone. Every year it's going to be a new car. Every year they're going to come up with a whole new, bigger, better house. They selling y'all on stuff to buy into. That don't mean that you shouldn't be living the life and having the experiences that you should have. It just means that you need to be smarter on how you are having these experiences. And then what is more important, because at first, that first thing is that first key. Your self-healing, your self-love. Y'all invested money in the wrong thing. You got down the latest phone, but you ain't even did the work that you need to do to invest in yourself. And that's the most important part. It's the most important piece of the puzzle. Because if you die today, and just because you had a BMW or a Lexus or whatever, you know, a Rolls, whatever, Bugatti, whatever, you living in a $3 million mansion, whatever, but you still ain't whole. That stuff gonna be just sitting there, and then your relatives gonna be fighting over who get it. Somebody gonna be in their feelings. You stupid. My ex always be saying that body made wrong. Shit, your spirit made wrong. Brain made wrong. That's really what it is. It's like, you not connected. And like I said, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to have those. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to. Yeah, it's selling them on a look that is not connected to us. Making them uncomfortable. Like, really get into, why am I in this space? What is this space for? Yes, you can be whole. And that's the key, is knowing what they're there for. Knowing you're doing everything. Not only doing the aspect of the self-healing, making sure that what you look like on the inside is what you're reflecting on the outside. What the outside is looking, if you do have XYZ, make sure you are doing the same investment in yourself. If you going out here working for this 9 to 5 person, building into whoever dreams, make sure you investing in yourself. Are you investing in yourself? Because did you put that same 8 hours into yourself? Whether it's the reading, at least half of that now. Now, I might be asking too much for you to put 8 hours into yourself that you invest in other people. But are you taking at least half of that amount and investing it back into who you are, and investing it into your growth, investing it into your self-love, your self-awareness? Exactly. And I say this because I see it on so many levels. I've been in situations where that particular person had, you know, the gorgeous house that everybody want, the cars that everybody want, but they were still making choices that were self-sabotaging the things that they were working so hard to build. Low-key self-sabotaging choices. Experiencing a harder life than they even had to experience. Enabling people that don't even make sense. You enabling folks. They grown. Let them take care of themselves. Right. You can't take none of this stuff with you. And understanding the balance in that. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy luxuries, but understanding why are you wanting them. Understanding the psychology behind it. I think I posted a video one day about Dr. Africa talking about us buying into consumerism. Why they're creating a desire. You ain't even know that you wanted that new purse with the gold handle and the extra, you know, whatever design on it. You didn't even know. But they done sold it on you. Now all of a sudden, oh, I can't wait till I get it. It's not about that. It's like you more focused on the distractions than you are on yourself. And you really got to get to a space, like I said, whether it's you having a necklace on your neck, a bracelet on your arm, something that is going to give you constant reminder of you God. You see what I'm saying? You connected to source. Anything that I really want to be happy with, I'm good. Right. They selling you on like, oh, you didn't even know you wanted that chocolate bar. But now you want it. When you in the store, they done subliminally planted it in your head that when you go in that grocery store, it's brand recognition. You identify with it because you done seen it so many times. They subliminally and subconsciously are planting information and seeds. You see in commercials and movies and shows with people, you know, promoting a certain lifestyle. You buying into a brand. And that don't serve who you are. You killing yourself trying to imitate somebody else's lifestyle that they done sold you on. Why? Man, Walmart they get the damn MVP. For real. Walmart will have you broke. You go in there for some damn tissue and come out with $100 worth of stuff. But like, oh my God. Yes, Bird Box. You better be like covered up and tune into your intuition. Tune into your third eye. Like, my third eye said nope. They said I ain't need that extra. I ain't gonna say that the devil. I ain't gonna go that far. But what I will say about Walmart, their family is like in the top 10 when it comes to that industry. Very smart. I don't never look at anything as a negative. I look at they smart. They came up with a product and they sold it to you. They came up with a concept that fulfills a need. That's the marketing aspect and the business aspect of it. They came up with something and they sold it to you. But they were connected to what they needed to do. They came in the world like, boom, I knew how to execute. And it took him a long time, the actual owner, the person who created Walmart. It took him, I think he was in his 50s before he actually, between his 40s and 50s before he even launched Walmart. But now he got generational wealth. And I think when you operating in a certain space and teaching your children how to operate in a certain space as well, operating within your gift, operating within your trade, understanding what family dynamic is about, understanding how to help your family grow past, present, and future, then you going to move differently. You teaching stuff differently. They're going to see, like, instead of me looking at, this is the type of person I am. I remember, this guy that was trying to talk to me, and he was, wanting to get his finances together, whatever the case may be. Okay? He wanted a bike. I'm like, I thought you was getting your money together. You wanted a bike. Okay, well, instead of you wanting a bike, how about you research what it would take for you to open up your own bike store that sell bikes? That's how you have to start thinking as a producer. You should always be in the space of, okay, instead of me going to buy this pen, I'm about to buy a box of pens. And I'm going to keep a couple for myself, but I'm going to sell these pens. This is about to be something. This is about to be the new pen on the block. It's going to be a special pen. I'm going to make, every time I post a picture, y'all going to see this pen. You see what I'm saying? So you have to operate in that space. Like, how is this going to be not only beneficial for me, but beneficial for my children and beneficial for the people that are an extension of me? Yes, even though you, Gigi, you amazing within yourself anyway. Ashe. Generational wealth. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back and look at some of the comments. Yes. Man, I did that the other day. Refill. I went in there and I was like, I went to take the kids into Walmart to go get some chargers. We came out with chargers, chips, socks. We came out with so much stuff, and I was just like, oh, they got me. It's all right. That's why I like to go shopping by myself. It's because of the kids. We picking up stuff like, this ain't on the list. I came to get a damn charger. I done ended up coming in here supposed to be spending $10 and leave with $50 worth of stuff. What the hell? But that's why I said you got to be mindful of those things. Be mindful. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying not to enjoy your life, because this is an experience. Your spirit having a human experience. Just understand while you're having this experience, while you are in this space, what it symbolizes and what it represents. I don't want y'all to get into the space where y'all so dogmatic that you not having fun with your life. Like, I definitely had fun with my life. Sometimes I had way too much fun, but that's the whole ideal of having balance. You see what I'm saying? So making sure that you understand, like, oh, I know I don't need this phone, but I just really wanted it. But actually planning for that. How is this phone going to be beneficial for you? You want the new, I don't even know what iPhone is out right now. What iPhone is out, y'all? I ain't an iPhone lover. I'm a Note girl. Yes, I used to do that with my groceries, Gigi. I used to order my stuff, so all I got to do is pull up to the drive-through thing that they come and put your groceries. That way I'm sticking to my plan. I'm sticking to my diet. And those are the things y'all got to take advantage of. There are certain things that they really set up for you to be a certain way. But if you are smart, the same way that they marketing and stuff to you, you are utilizing and taking advantage of that. And why this is going to be for your good. Okay, you, especially us mothers, you got to maximize your time. And nobody, you'll go in a grocery store and then start doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. You want to try a new meal, like, put that in a plan. Yes, Volvo. I love Volvo. They make good cars. Yes, Alicia, and that's the key. Being grounded. Honey, we ain't judging you. This is no judge. First of all, this is a no judgment zone. Let me just say that. I might need to put that as a disclaimer. But, and I'm not saying, that's why I said I'm not telling y'all not to enjoy your life. I'm not saying that sometimes you gonna do some stuff that just like, oh, people be looking like, what the hell? No. I had to talk myself out of at least 100 times buying this product, some products from a young lady that was nowhere near in alignment with what I'm doing right now and my mission right now. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to treat myself? No. It just means that I don't need to be in excess, because sometimes we do stuff in excess. So that's why I say it's really important for you to have the balance. While you're in this journey, have the balance. Understand, like, it's okay to treat yourself. That's why you are here, to experience this wonderful, amazing journey. But while you're experiencing this, the same way that you'll spend $30 or $100 or $1,000, whatever it is, on products that are not serving your highest self, make sure you're going to invest that same amount of money into yourself. Whether it's books, whether it's in self-care products, whether it's in how you're taking care of your body, the food you eat. It's like, make sure that there's balance and knowing what you're connected to. Are you connected to the ego aspect of it, or are you just connected to, you know, what it really means? Understanding, what is it fulfilling? Is it ego, or is it really your highest self? I'm not about poor righteous teacher movement. I would never be on that. Anybody who know me for real, like, I'll never be on a poor righteous teacher. Like, I don't believe in that. Yes, everything is all about balance. But understanding what that balance is, that don't mean that it's getting ready to justify for you to be doing some craziness either. I remember when I first came into what was I dealing with when I was younger? Nation of Gods and Earths. And I remember, like, one of the things that they teach you is, like, to live, like, they teach you the same thing. Simplify your diet, you know, study, learn, da-da-da. And I noticed that there was an elder in particular who was doing drugs. And I was like, you doing drugs, but you claiming that we supposed to be walking a certain energy. We're supposed to be, especially with that particular society, it's like, you God. So if you God, I'm not understanding peace. I'm not understanding it. So I was like, questioning that dynamic. And they told me, you can do everything in moderation. So you telling me I can be a crackhead in moderation? That don't make no damn sense. So some stuff is just common sense. Like, no, you can't be a crackhead in moderation. You either are or you're not. And if you know it's something that is destructive to who you are and your highest self, that go back to the first thing that I said in this video. What's the first question you should be asking yourself? How is this in alignment with my higher self? And is this in alignment with the life that I'm creating? Because I am a creator. So is this in alignment with that? And if your answer is no, boom. This ain't alignment. Oh, okay. When it comes to things that give us joy, that give us pleasure, that feeds into that higher energy, that higher vibration, knowing what is there for. If it make you feel good to ride in your Volvo, boo, and you know you accessing your greatest potential every time you get in that car and grab that steering wheel, go forth in your ministry. You know, go forth. Do that. But understanding those things and why you're manifesting it in your life. If it's not connecting with your higher self to be in a car that is broke down and it's stressing you out because you don't know if you're going to get from point A to point B, that ain't it. It's simple. So that's why I said peace, peace, peace. I'm sorry. When things are coming in, when dynamics are coming in, understanding what they're there for and how you're able to be balanced in that space. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm getting off here because they over here counting me down as usual. So I didn't want to be long. I didn't even want this video to be long. But I love y'all, and I hope you are truly operating in the space that is creating self-love for you so you can get that back. Get exactly